Good morning, beautiful yogis. Welcome again to Unlock Mission Ventura, the Buddhist Study Center. And just for a few moments, join us now to do some hand yoga. And when you think about our hands, we work so much with our hands, and for some of us, our hands are our profession. For me, I'm a midwife and I use my hands constantly, and I cherish the work that my hands do. But let's give our hands a little bit of attention now this morning. So the first thing I want you to do is just to look at your hands and to think about the work that your hands have done in the last, say, week. Think about that work and then offer that work up, clasping your hands together. We're going to turn the palms up into the sky, squeeze the fingers, open the palms, squeeze your upper arms towards your head. And then leave the hands up there and switch the cross of your fingers. So take a different finger first, squeeze the fingers, press the palms towards the sky, lift the thumbs, drop the little finger side. And then release and open out, all the way out and all the way down. We're going to stay tall. Remember, all of your other parts of your body are doing the yoga with you. Your hands are an extension of that part. We're going to take our hands out in front, stretch into your fingertips, stretch into your fingernails as though your fingernails were growing out in front. Stretch out into your thumbs. Long, deep breaths. So this is like a little mini vacation for your hands. All that work now. I'm going to release all the work and just give your hands a little break. We're going to turn the palms upwards. Keep stretching out into your fingers, make them long. Press into the heel of your hand. So you're pressing against a wall. Stretch, and now you might start to feel the skin on that wrist area starting to grow. Long, deep breaths here. Now we're going to drop the palms down. So drop the fingers towards the floor. Stretch now into the front part of the wrist. Spread out the bones. Let the energy start to move in there. Your hands are going to love this. Long, deep breaths. Good. Now take your hands back to center, and we're going to circle with the hands with long fingers. So circling one way, try to make as nice and smooth a circle as you can. And we'll circle back the other way. Keep the elbows straight, keep the hands moving. Good. And then stretch the fingers up again. Now all those little joints in the fingers, bend each one and bring your hands down, and then roll it back up and open. And bend and roll down. Roll back up. Let's do that once more. Good. Now, when you roll down, you're going to be on your Harley. You're going to run. Good. That a few times. Now, squeeze the fists, but take that thumb in there and squeeze the thumb and make circles that way. Circling one way a few times, circling the other way. Good. Now, squeeze that thumb. Squeeze it. And then stretch out into your fingers. Now we're going to close the hands into fists and spring it away. Good. Energy. Move it out into the fingers. Good. And then stretch open wide. Stretch them as far away as they can. And then release them down. We're going to take each finger and we're going to pull the finger like this. Make space between all of the wee joints, especially that joint where the finger meets the hand. And do it twice on each finger and thumb. Good. Now, at this stage, your legs might be getting a little tired. You could do this sitting in a chair, on a couch. If you're working at computers, maybe take a little break. But if you're sitting on the floor, we're going to switch the cross of our shins. Remember, find your sit bones, sit up nice and tall. Good. Now we're going to take our hands out like this. Stretch out into your arms, stretch out into your fingers. And you're going to take your right hand over your left hand. Now the back of the hands are turned towards each other. Now turn the palms towards each other. Clasp the fingers together and lead with your thumbs. Bring your thumbs towards your heart. Lift it towards your face. And then maybe you'll be able to straighten your arms. That doesn't matter as long as you're squeezing your hands. Oh, that's lovely. And then pull back and we'll switch sides. So you're going to take that right hand back where it was. Take your left hand over your right hand. The palms are facing. Squeeze the fingers together, lead with your thumbs towards your heart, lift it towards your face, up and out, and open. So we want to open the elbows if you can, and don't worry about that part. It's about the hands this morning. Squeeze the hands, and release. Good, come back. Oh, starting to feel really good now. So palms turn towards each other. Now, with your right hand, hold on to your fingers. So put your right hand on top of your left palm and turn the fingers down towards the floor. With your thumb here, you're going to push on the back of your hand. So you're going to push and open your hand. Good. Pull the fingers back towards you. And then release and switch. So you're going to turn that right palm down. Left palm is going to be here. And now use the thumb on the back of the hand. Push in there and pull your fingers back towards you. My hands are just having a blast here. Lovely. Open the hand and then release. Good. Now this one, we're going to turn the palm away from you and use the thumb on the back of the hand. You're going to twist the hand and bend the elbow. Is that right, Sitadara? Good. And release, turn the palm away. So you're going to twist the palm towards you as you bend your elbow out to the side. Oh, you look at Sutadara, he's doing that really well there. And release, good. And then release, shake it out a little bit. Can't remember the other one. So we're going to come forward onto our hands and knees. And we're just going to make little circles, pressing down into the hands. And just press down. Use a little weight, spread out the fingers. Sometimes your hands might start to get arthritis in those knuckles as we get older. We're going to switch the circle, go back the other way. So all of these yoga poses are going to be really good to slow down the arthritis and even try to help heal it if it shows up. Carpal tunnel is another wee problem that shows up. Good. And then pause. We're going to turn our fingers out this way. Turn the fingers out towards the edges of your mat and just press down and go ahead and make a wee circle again. And just notice where the pain or the discomfort might show up. And then reverse your circle. When you find those places, be happy. Remember, that's what we're looking for in our yoga practice. Where do we need to heal? And then pause. We'll turn our fingers now back towards our knees. And here we're just going to lean back. Lean your body back until your wrist area starts to lift up. And when it does, just press it back down to the floor and pause. So it's hard to find a pose that gets that exact spot. When you find different places, remember, oh, you live in there too. And then come forward. And now we're going to place the front of our hands down like this. Spread out the fingers. Press down just ever so gently. You don't have to put too much weight in there. And if you're enjoying this, of course, you're going to spend longer doing the poses. And release. And now we're just going to stand up for a moment. Stand up. And stay down and just see if you can get your hands to the ground. Now, if you need to bend your knees, that's fine. Just bend your knees and just press down into your hands. You drop your head. If you can, then you're going to straighten those knees. Stretch the back of the legs a little bit there, but bring weight into the hands. Bring the weight forward and backward. Forward and backward. And then we'll start to create our circle from one foot to one hand, across to the other hand, back to the other foot. Just a few rotations one way and then switch. So it's very subtle, and it's like an exploration of the hands. Great, and now you're ready for handstand. We're going to lift our feet up and slide your hands in onto your feet. So you want to try and get as much of your hand in there as possible. So lift your foot, slide the hand in. You could look up maybe once for an inhale and then drop your head on the exhale. Push your toes into that fatty part of your hand, the hand mound down in the thumb. You shift the weight forward any little amount. Now if you were afraid you might topple over, you could leave your bottom on the wall. You could do this against a wall if you needed to. And then release, place your hands back on the floor in front of you, bend your knees and kneel back down. Now we'll maybe sit between the feet or sit on your feet. And then we're just going to take the thumb and the forefinger together, stretch out like this, and then go from thumb to the next finger, stretch out into all the fingers. So this is beginner's yoga, so we're not talking about the references to each thumb and finger. Now go to the ring finger and stretch out all the other fingers if you can. And then the little finger and stretch out all the fingers. You might notice some of these are hard, and that's why we do it, so that they get less hard and we use our brain and our hands together. And then we'll just go back to thumb and finger. Stretch out into your other fingers. Maybe lay your hands on the front of your knees. Push the thumb and the finger together. And then take the palms together and notice the right palm touching the left palm touching the right palm. Pushing there together. Thumb can be at your sternum. And that's all we're doing now with our hands. Try that and see if that makes your hands feel any better. We're just going to close our class today with just one nice gentle Om. Inhale. Namaste.